All right, so now we are going to learn how we can convert the type of each variable, or we can change the type of each variable. First of all, let's convert a numerical variable to a string variable, right? So first of all, let's see the type of num1, right? So num1 is of integer type. And if we output what is num1, num1 is going to be is 10, right? So we cannot do something like num1 plus let's say times. Okay, so this times is, let me add a space before t. So times is a string, num1 is a numerical value, integer, so it should not be concatenated. See, we got an error over here. Okay, so in order to make it work, what we can do is we can convert num1, which is again an integer, to string the type. How we can do that? We have to encapsulate it inside the parentheses, and we have to write the symbol of string. Symbol of string is str. Okay, now whatever is inside this will be converted to string. So if I run it, there we go. So these single quotation marks are showing that it is converted to a string, right? Okay, now if I run it, I again got the error, same error. Okay, let's run this line and see if it is converted. No, it is not converted, but we ran this line. The thing is, we ran this line just to show the output, but we never stored this output. We never assigned this output to a new variable, right? So let me call it num1 underscore string. Okay, whatever variable name you want to use it, you can use it over here. So now if I run it, and now here, instead of using num1, we have to use num1 underscore string times. Running it, here we go. It works perfectly fine. And if we check out the type of num1, it's going to be string, right? Now, this is one-way conversion where we are converting a numerical value to a string value. Question is, can we convert a string value to numerical value? The answer is, if it has to be a sensible conversion, which means that if a string contains only numbers, then yes, we can do that. But if a string contains number plus something else as well, if it contains even one character which is non-numerical, for example, like this, 10 times. Now, 10 is can be a numerical value, but this space and times cannot be a numerical value. So this type of string cannot be converted to a numerical value. But this type of string underscore num, let me copy this. This can be converted. So if I run it over here, it says in parentheses, it says, sorry, not in parentheses, in quotation marks, it says 1, 2, 3. If I want to convert it to integer, I'll write int, which is the symbol of integer, and I'll paste the string underscore num variable over here and run it. It says 1, 2, 3. Now, if I say plus, let's say 100, it works perfectly fine. It is 223 now. Why? Because this is now an integer. The whole thing is now integer, right? Plus, we are adding another integer into it, so it works perfectly fine for us. So this is how we can convert each data type to another data type. By the way, let me just show you guys, if I want to convert this type of thing, integer, it should give me an error. Here we go. So it gives me a value error. So this value cannot be converted into an integer. So this is how we can convert each data type to another data type. And by the way, this whole process is called type casting. We are casting each type to another, right? So that's about it. In next video, I'll tell you how we can receive input from the user. We know how we can execute an output, how we can give an output to the user by using print statement. But what if we want to ask user to input a number, right? Just for the sake of interaction. How we can do that? Let's see.